Welcome to the Primo's Musings podcast.
Good evening. This is Sri here with the quarterfinal update and women's and men's both. Excellent matches today on the men's side and the women's side. Let's start off with the Alcaraz and Tommy Paul. I mean, this was a matchup that Dr. Dan picked in his uh, quarterfinal update. So I had actually rooted against Alcaraz, but Tommy Paul was impressive in the first half. I mean, it went all the way to the tiebreaker. He was matching shot for shot. He was giving Alcaraz the dose of his own medicine, including drop shots, passing shots, and the shot he hit on the set point in the first set was incredible. And This is a tournament that Alcaraz, when he's losing the first set, he bounces back somehow in the second set, and he did exactly that. One thing that would concern me before I get to the second set is the opportunity that Alcaraz had in terms of how many times he had chances to break Tommy Paul, but uh, Paul somehow got out of it. And I'll talk about the final stat about number of breaks points that Alcaraz won. In the second set, Alcaraz had a very early break, but Tommy Paul continued to battle. Didn't make it easy for Alcaraz, even on his serve. That was something that Alcaraz, if when he goes into the semifinal or even the final, he needs to work on that part of the game. I think his first serve is dropped a little bit. Sometimes, even when he won the French Open, his first serve percentage was way up in the 70s. This time it's still in the 60s, and that's something that he needs to work on. Um, Going back to the third set, Alcaraz had a much better um, run in the third set. He was very quick, and he didn't give Tommy Paul much chances. Um, I think that was the set that he had a big rally, 21-point rally with Carlos coming in, with a touch volley at the net, and he continued to exhibit excellent serves in the fourth set. I think he was much better serving in the fourth set, and he was able to uh, pretty much prevail much easier in the last three sets, and hits an ace at 4:30 love, and then when Tommy Paul's ball went out, very weak backhand, Alcaraz had completed the four-set victory against a very tough opponent in Tommy Paul. Alcaraz moves, and who does he get? Well, everyone was thinking it was going to be a Alcaraz Sinner. That's what I predicted. But there was a player out there, Medvedev, who's not an expert at grass, mostly a hardcourt player, not a great player even at clay. But I was very impressed with just could not watch the match live, but very impressed with the way Medvedev was able to play against Sinner. Again, something that of note. I mean, not making the excuses here, but Sinner kind of looked a little bit out of sorts. Maybe something to do. Maybe he was sick or something, which he didn't mention. But at that level, when you look at that level, the difference that sets up between each of the players is incredible. I mean, there's not much of a margin of error. Um, it's very less. So um, again, it was when you look at Medvedev, his first serve percentage was very high. I mean, they battled to five sets. Sinner winning the first set in a tiebreaker. Medvedev coming back in the next two sets, winning it. Um, and then, sorry, I think Medvedev won the first set, and then Sinner won the next two. Um, I mean, I might be like confusing me here, but anyway, I think the bottom line is that Medvedev, um, uh, losing the first set, winning the next two sets, lost the fourth set, and then won the fifth set 6-3. So there you go. Um, with Medvedev, his personal percentage, like I said, as good as what Sinner had, but I think even the break points, both Sinner and Medvedev were the same. I think the key here for Medvedev was, coming to the net. The unforced errors um, was also, um, equal. In fact, Sinner actually had more winners than Medvedev, but I think the key, and Medvedev actually had more double faults, in fact. But this was a game where, it was just one or two games that changed. And I think in the fifth set, I think Sinner clearly looked out of sorts. And that's where we are. So both Sinner and Medvedev, um, like I said, I think this is I think even in this year, second time they played in a Grand Slam, Medvedev actually was up 2-0 against Sinner in the Australian Open and lost. And uh, Medvedev has his revenge against Sinner. Danovic against Lulu Sun. I mean, I think experience definitely prevailed there. Um, I was a little shocked at the way uh, Paolini today played against Navarro. Really shocked, actually, um, because the way she played very hard hitting tennis, and uh, and I think Navarro didn't have many answers today uh, for um, for today against Paolini. I was definitely found me as one of the ones who were shocked in terms of how the match went today. So here we go. I mean, and we have some excellent matches today. We do have tomorrow, I would say. Um, you have Djokovic taking on um, Brits, and then I think you got Musetti playing in the other one. So that's where we are in the matches for this time. I think Djokovic definitely seemed to be uh, playing at very high level. I was very impressed with the way Djokovic has been rolling through this competition. I mean, the even the match against Rune, he definitely did not disappoint. Um, and so I definitely think that I think Djokovic is playing Diminar and Musetti against Fritz. So I think um, I'm a little all over the place today. I think my internet had some problems here. Anyway, Djokovic should easily beat Diminar, and then Fritz playing against Musetti. Um, I think I expected Fritz and Djokovic um, matchup in the semifinal. Um, uh, the Medvedev and Alcaraz is going to be the other one. On the women's singles, like I said, it's going to be Vecek and Paolini in the semifinal. But tomorrow we do have Ostapenko and Krejcikova, and then Rybakina versus Svitolina. So I predict Rybakina because I think she's probably playing one of the best. But don't sleep on Svitolina with a lot of the stuff. I mean, she's got a lot of things going on with the whole Ukraine war thing, but I don't know how she keeps it all bottled up. But kudos to her. And then Ostapenko against Krejcikova, I predict Ostapenko again winning there. So for semifinal standpoint, it's going to be Vecek Paolini. I predict Ostapenko and Rybakina. So And this could be the second straight Grand Slam final that Paolini could get in, after the French Open. So there we go. Um, let's see who gets to move on. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good night.
Thank you for listening. Primo will be back soon.